Hey, if you're still awake, tonight I wanted to talk about success. Not the part people celebrate, the part they don't. Because every success story has a chapter nobody talks about. The chapter where nothing is working yet. The chapter where you're sacrificing today for a future that doesn't exist yet. I want to start this segment by starting with we see the outcome. We see the promotion, the business, the degree, the medal, the achievement, the finish line. But we rarely see the mornings they didn't want to get up. Let me repeat that. But we rarely see the mornings they didn't want to get up. The nights they questioned themselves. The moments they almost quit. We see the results. We don't see the receipt. And this is going to go into the invisible years. I think every meaningful goal has an invisible season. A season where nobody understands what you're building. Nobody sees the progress. Nobody notices the effort. Nobody applauds the work. And you're forced to continue anyways. That's where sacrifice lives. Not in celebration. It lives in the uncertainty. And I can attest to that, right? I can really attest to that. Right now I'm making a sacrifice. Right now I'm putting my voice out there, putting my character out there. You, the listener, you have no idea who I am. I know who I am as a speaker. But once these videos over time become bigger and bigger, more, it reaches more people, a bigger audience, more eyes, more attention. I fear that my voice will become a lot more recognizable, as in there is content of me out there with my face. And I'm worried about that. I don't want nobody to know who I am behind this microphone, because I don't want to be seen as a special person, celebrity character to you, the listener. I just want to seem like your best friend, somebody in the room with you, somebody next to you who's listening to you, who's talking to you, who's asking you these questions. And I'm worried. I truly do worry that one day that will happen. And I don't want it to. I don't want to be special. I don't want to be different. I want to be just like you. I want to be somebody who wants to be heard, right? But in order to be heard, a sacrifice needed to be made. My voice needed to get out there. My voice needed to reach you. And I'm thankful for that every day. I'm glad I get to speak to you. I'm glad you get to listen to me. And I hope one day we can have those back-to-back discussions over this very microphone. Because you took your time out. You took a sacrifice to listen to me, to press on one of my videos, to listen to what I have to say. You took that sacrifice, and I'm forever thankful for that. Forever thankful for that. I am. So, with that being said, let me continue, right? The loneliness of becoming. Growth can be lonely, not because people disappear, but because they can't always see what you see. They can't always understand why you're giving up comfort today for a possibility tomorrow. So sometimes you keep going alone, not because you're confident, but because the alternate looks worth. That was a horrible ending segment part, so let me start that over. They can't always understand why you're giving up comfort today for a possibility tomorrow. So sometimes you keep going alone, not because you're confident, but because the alternative feels worse. That was better, right? That was better. I think so. That was definitely better. A lot smoother, a lot clearer, a lot crispier. Like I said, speaking in general has always been hard for me, right? I think faster than what my words can produce, or maybe I speak faster than what I can think, and sometimes my words get jungled up, and so I get tongue twisted, tongue tied, and I really want to keep those in there because, like I said, I'm not perfect. I want you guys to hear like the raw version of this audio without hearing the edits, the cuts, the sighs, the deep breaths, the out breaths, and stuff like that. So I don't mind it. At least I don't mind it. In time it will get better. Mind you, I'm still new to this game, so in time it will get better. I will say, I really want to stop choosing words that's very hard for me to pronounce, like while like speaking to you guys. Like success is very like success, sacrifice. It's very to me right now. I don't know why, but I digress. I have a couple questions for you, the listener. What future are you working towards? What chapter are you currently in? Are you frustrated because you're failing, or because you're in the invisible part of the story? I think the people we admire most aren't special because they never doubted themselves. They're special because they kept paying the price after the excitement disappeared. And that's facts. That's facts. Let's take me for example, right? Am I really special because I'm here today and I never doubted myself? Or am I special because I kept paying the price, and the price is me speaking to you guys? That's the price. The price is my voice getting out there for you guys. And I'm not really as excited as I was when I did the first series, Perfection. But I know this hard work has to be done. Somebody has to get it done. Somebody needs to get it done. And if that somebody is me, then I'll take that responsibility. Success isn't built on motivation. It's built on sacrifice repeated long after the feeling is gone. And even after the feeling is gone, that is when you truly bear the fruit of your sacrifice. That is when you truly bear the fruit of success. That is when you truly become the version of you that you, the listener, always wanted to be. That's cold. That's cold. I really like that. That was cold. That was cold. So, no matter what, I think we can take this story and tell ourselves, don't give up on ourselves. But that's not true. We know the sacrifice of success. We understand what it needs to do, what it needs to take to get there. And as we get there, we need to continue going after the excitement. It's far away. It's far from here. After the excitement is gone. So as I wrap up, if you're still awake tonight, remember that every story has a chapter that nobody sees. Maybe that's the chapter you're living in right now. And that's okay. Because the invisible years, they count too. The room will reopen on Saturday night. I'll leave the light on for you.